Hey, what's up? This is Craig Smith with Energy Up Solar. Today I'm going to discuss the very common objection that solar is too expensive. Spending $40,000, $50,000, or whatever it might be is too much of an investment to save a few bucks on my electricity. This is a very common concern in the marketplace, and the reason people have it is because they get a upfront cost, they get the sticker shock of whatever the amount is, and the price of solar is always going to be based on how much electricity you consume and the position and space available on your rooftop. That formula is going to really determine how much your solar would cost. Now, people get sticker shock if they see a high dollar amount that looks like they're buying a brand new car. And I completely understand that. Here's what they miss is nobody sits there and asks themselves what their 20 or 25 year electricity cost is going to be. And the reality is nobody even knows. You know what you're paying today, and there might be an assumption that you could just project those costs forward for 20, 25 years to get your power costs. But the reality is the utility rates have increased over time consistently. Over the United States, every 15 years on average, rates double. In some markets, you're seeing higher rate increases, and markets where they have high demand of power, they switch over to a tier-based system that penalizes higher usage. So the more power you use, the more you pay per unit of power. So if you look at what you're going to pay for power over the next 20, 25 years, it's always going to be more than what you would have paid for solar for the same period. But you're also not comparing apples to apples, because when you make a payment to the utility company, that is a liability payment. When you make a payment on, let's say you're financing solar, you're making an investment. A monthly investment is different than a monthly payment. A monthly investment into solar is fixed, and after you make your final payment, it goes away and you own the product that powers your home. When you pay the utility company, you're making a payment every month that you have no control over as far as future rate increases, but you know they'll go up, you just don't know how much, and it never ever ends. So if you're in your home for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, what are you spending? Maybe $30, $40, $50, $60,000 for electricity, and after you spend that $60,000, you have nothing for it. At least when you pay for a solar system in the form of a monthly investment, it has an endpoint and you gain something tangible after your final payment, not to mention the home equity increase. So when we say that solar is expensive, when people say that solar is expensive, I agree. However, they're not comparing it to the utility company, which is even more expensive. In fact, it's more expensive than what people anticipate it to be. It's one of these costs that we don't really formulate in our head because we look at it as it's a need and I have to pay it anyway. So what's the point of even evaluating it, right? Like, hey, I gotta have the lights on, so I don't really care how much it is. I just pay it and set it and forget it, so to speak. Well, no matter how much you think solar is, powering your home through your utility company is more expensive. Going solar, no matter how expensive it may feel, no matter how expensive the perception is much more affordable than your utility power. It's black and white. There's no debating it, no disputing it. So I understand that it seems like it's a lot of money, but that's only because you're not being realistic about what your utility is charging you for electricity. So the Energy Up Solar, we love giving people information, content, data, proving the numbers and standing by what we offer. Check us out at energyupsolar.com. We love helping people go solar.